Hello viewer, welcome to the session of Qlik View. This is Surya Prakash Yadav. In this session, we will see more on formatting charts using its properties. We will see how to create a text object. We will see how to create a current selection objects and what is the use of current selection objects. And we will see how to change the window caption as per the selection made in the associated list box. To get started, we will go to the QlikView tool. Now you can see in my previous video we have created this pivot table and this chart using the superstore cells data. Now in this session we will see how to create a text box, how to create a current selection, and more on formatting of the chart. So first of all, we will create the text box object. So for creating a text box object, just right click and you will get the new sheet objects. Just click on it and you will see the text object here. Just click on it. You will be prompted with a new window. By default, general tab is selected and here you can see foreground text. So here whatever text you will type here will appear in the text box object. So in this case I am just typing sales dashboard. Now we will change the font size. So for changing the font size, just go to the font tab, just click on it and you will see here the font family, then font style, then the size. So for changing the font family, you can select from the font family list. So we are keeping the same as Arial, and for style we are keeping as a regular. Now we will change the size of the font. So here in this case I am just selecting 20. Now we want to change the font color. So for changing the font color, as you can see the color option here below the color text, the color box is there. Just click on it and you will be prompted with the color area window, and you can see here the selection is made on fixed and then the color box is there. Just click on it and you will be prompted with the color options. So in this case I am just selecting font color as white and just click on OK. Again click on OK. Now the font color is set to white. Now we will change the background color of the text box as blue. So for making the background color as blue, just go to the general tab and here in general tab you can see here the background. So these are the background properties. So for changing the color, we will use the color property of the background. So here you can see the color box. Just click on it and the same way we did for font color change, we do the color change for background. So just click on color box and just select the blue color. So in this case I am just selecting this one and just say OK. OK. Now the background color of the text box has been set to blue. Now we will say apply and say OK. Now you can see the text box with text cells dashboard and background color blue and font color white has been created. So this way we can create a text box and then we can set the background color, foreground color. Now we will adjust the size of it. So for adjusting the size, just take your cursor to the corner of the text box. Here in this case I have just taken it to the right corner and my mouse cursor got changed to the both side arrow. Now I will just hold the left mouse button key and drag it towards right. Now you can see the size of the text box has been changed. Now I'll just drag it towards upside. Now you can see how the size got adjusted. Now I will just bring it down so that I can adjust the other three objects. So I'll bring down these three objects towards down. So for just selecting all these three objects and getting it down, what will we do? We will just take our cursor to the left top corner and just hold the left mouse button key and just drag it. Now you can see all the three objects are in the square box. Now just leave the left mouse button key. Now all these three objects are selected. So we will bring it down just by pressing Ctrl and down arrow key, or we can directly click on any of the object and hold the left mouse button key and just drag it down. So this way we can. Now we will take this text box object to the top. So for taking it top, we will just drag it towards top. Now it is on top. Now we will adjust the size of this text box to the object. Now it is adjusted. Now we will again take these three objects towards upside, just drag it. Now you can see how this has been. Now we will select all these objects and just drag it towards left so that it will be adjusted. Now we have adjusted all it. Now you can see how these dashboards are with the header cells dashboard. So this way we can create the text box and use it in our dashboard. Now we will see how to create current selection box. For selecting a current selection box, creating a current selection box, just right click the same way we did for text box. Go to the new sheet object and from here you can see the current selection box. Just click on it and just name it whatever the name you want to give it. So in this case I am just leaving it as current selection and just saying OK. Now you can see the current selection box is created. So this way the current selection box is created. Now what is the use of current selection box? I'll explain. Now if I'll select from the list like furniture, and you can see the filter which we have done is being displayed in the current selection box. So this way the current selection box is used to display the information to the user, so that if there are multiple lists, boxes and multiple filters are there, then user will not be able to recognize it which selection has been made. So by using the current selection box, in seeing the current selection box, user can recognize what are the selections which has been made, and from here he can remove the selection. So like you can see, this is the product category and this is the button for removing it. So if we will click here, the selection has been removed. So this way we can create the current selection box and we can use it. This will be used for the user who will be using these dashboards to know what are the selections has been made. So this way the current selection will be used. Now we will see one more thing, how to change the caption of the window. Like in this case, in this pivot table, you can see the cells is there, but we can change the caption of the window as per the selection made in the list. Like in this case I am selecting furniture and you can see still the caption is cells only, but we will see how to change it as cells and in bracket the furniture, that is as per the selection made in the product group list. If I'll select office supplies, so it will appear here as cells in bracket office supplies, or if I'll select technology, it will appear on this window as cells in bracket technology. So we will see how to do this. So for doing that, first we will remove all the selection, and then we will right click on this pivot table and just click on properties. Now you can see we are in expression, so we need to go into the general tab. So for going to the general tab, just click on general. Now you can see the window title. So here we will write the expression. So for writing that, what will I do? I will just, now as we are going to use the expression here, so for writing any expression, we will use first the equal sign. So here in this case equal, and then in double quotes, as I'm going to use the same text, that is cells, so not double quotes, single quotes, and then cells, and then space, and then the opening bracket, and then we will close it with the single quote. Now we want to add the selection made in the list box. For that, so we will concatenate it. For concatenating it, we need to use the ampersand and sign. Now we are going to concatenate the selection made in the list box. So for that, the function will be used here is get field selection, and then the field used here. So in this case we have used product category. So for that, product category, and then double, just close the opening bracket, close the bracket. Now you can see this way we will write the expression for selecting the list selection. Now again we will just concatenate it with the closing bracket. For concatenating, use the ampersand and then in the single quote we will place the closing bracket, that is the text. Now the expression is ready. If the expressions are more, you can just click on this button, so you will be placed into the expression window. So from here you can see your expressions more broadly, and you can write any expression here. So in this case we are just selecting, we are just trying to show the list, the selection made in the list box, so with the cells. So we have done this with this expression, like cells, then opening bracket, and after that we are concatenating the field selected in the list box, and after that we are closing that selection with the closing bracket. So this is the expression which is ready. Now just click on OK, and now we will say apply. Now you can see the cells with the opening and closing bracket, because nothing is selected here. So just select the furniture now, and you can see how the captions of the window is getting changed. So this way we can write the expression. So in this case, as if nothing has been selected, then it should say only cells. So for that, what will we do? We just go to the properties, and then we will use the IfThen properties. So for that, what are we going to do here? We are just going to use if, and then we will copy this. If this greater than 0, then do this, else cells, and then close the if. So what have we done here? We are just checking the condition. If get field selection product category is greater than 0, then display the text with cells, opening bracket, then the selected list, and then the closing bracket, and then the close the close the bracket, else just show the cells. So this way we have made the selection criteria with if then else. If nothing is selected, then only cells will be shown here. Just click on OK, apply. Now you can see, if I'll unselect the furniture, now you can see only cells has been shown on the caption of this. So this way we can change the caption of the window by putting expression. Now we will see some formatting properties of the chart. So for that we will just go to the chart, just click on the chart and then just right click on it and say properties. Now as you can see, the chart title says some cells. So here we will just change the label here before the definition in the expression, and here we will give cells, or we can place the same label condition as we did in the pivot table. So the chart will also show the caption as per the selection made in the list box. So for this we are just leaving as it is, just we are hard coding as cells. Now say apply, and now you can see the chart caption has been changed to cells. Now we need to remove this product category. First we will just say OK. Now we just want to remove this product category, that is the dimension which is shown here. So for that, just right click on the chart, go to the properties and just go to the dimension tab, just click on it. Now you can see the product category is selected, which is shown here. Just it is selected. If it wouldn't have selected, then you would have selected, but it is already selected. And as you can see here, the label, just uncheck it and say apply. Now you can see the label which was displayed here for product category is disappeared. So this way we can remove the unnecessary labels which are appearing on the charts. Now we will see how to set the position of the labels. As you can see, the legends, the position is on top. If you can change the position of the legend, center or bottom. So for that, just right click on the chart, go to the properties and just go to the style, not style. In the presentation you can see show legends, product year, limit legends. So for showing the label position, you can see the legends, show legends, and in front of that you can see the settings. Just click on setting, and here you will be prompted with the legend settings window, and here you can see the vertical alignment top. So you just select center, bottom, or whatever you want. So here in this case I'm just selecting center and say OK and say apply. Now you can see the legends in the chart has been set in the center. So this way we can change the legend position from top to center, or from top to bottom, or on top. So by default the legend is set on top. We can also limit the legend just by selecting this and here putting the legends limit. So as in this case only four years are there, so we will keep it as it is. So we will just remove it. So this way we can change the legend limits. Now as you can see, the print button, the send to Excel button, minimize and maximize buttons are appearing on the objects like pivot table and then the chart. So this can be also removed. It can be displayed as plain. So for making that changes, just like in the pivot table, I'm just right click on the object, that is pivot table. go to the properties and go to the caption tab, and here you can see the print button is checked, just uncheck it. Here you can see the send to Excel button is checked, just uncheck it. And here you can see allow minimize is checked, just uncheck it. Allow maximize is checked, just uncheck it and say apply. Now you can see this pivot table is appearing without those buttons like print, send to Excel, minimize and maximize. So this way we can make a plain chart as a pivot table chart as a plain chart, or the chart displayed here as a plain chart. So this way we have seen how to create text box in QlikView dashboard, how to create current selection objects. In my next session I'll be coming up with some new things which will be useful for you. Thank you, viewer.